Hello everyone, I am Julien Desroux. I am professor at University of Paris-Cité, and I lead a platform of mass spectrometry platform at this university and also at CNRS called the name of lab, it's Laboratoire de chimie et biochimie pharmacologique et toxicologique. And I will talk today about metabolomics analysis and the application of this metabolomics to the study of inflammatory disease. Let's start about talking the platform. So we are at the center of Paris in the campus of Saint-Germain at the university. And I lead this platform, and I work with Patrice Gerardo, manage all facilities of mass spectrometer. So first, what is metabolomics? Metabolomics, it's a branch of genomics, aims to analyze the small organic molecules. This small organic molecule, also called by metabolite, found in cells, tissue, organs, or organisms. The metabolome can be altered by numerous chemical, physiopathological process, so the environment. The metabolome can be modified by a large number of chemical physiology and or pathological process, and we'll talk today about inflammatory disease. But first, the metabolomic, its discipline came from omic approach, like genome, transcriptome, proteome, and finally, metabolome. And all of this omic approach can define your phenotype. And the genome and transcriptome are quite relatively stable. Whatever, the proteome could, the analysis of whole protein in all organism or cells or tissue, it's close to 100,000 protein. This includes modification of the protein. And finally, you have metabolome. It's less number of compounds, close to 10,000, but the variability of the concentration and the localization of this metabolite, it's fully dependent of the environment condition like diet, age, lifestyle, exposition of drug, and of course, a disease. So what is a metabolome? The metabolome represents the complete collection of the small molecule associated with the cell metabolism in tissue, organ, or in the entire organism. So what is metabolite? A metabolite is a detectable organic molecule in the body with a molecular weight below to 1.5 kilodalton or gram per mole. This includes, of course, endogenous small biomolecules, including peptide, neuropeptide, glutathione, etc., but also oligonucleotide, sugar, organic acid, ketone, and so on. But you have also many xenobiotic. Xenobiotic could be alkaloid, food additive, or pollutant also, and of course, main drug or drug metabolite. And you have with microbiota sources the product from the microbial, from your microbiota, and also you have all these compounds from human and microbial sources. The detected at concentration above 1 picomolar for the moment, it's a detection low detection quantification and limit for this metabolite. One point important to compare the stability and from omic approach between metabolomic and the other, proteomic and genomic. When you look at the stability, the response of this approach versus time, you have very, very stable on genomics, quite stable in proteomics, and as you can see, there is several variability on metabolite. So the metabolomics is very different from the time, and also the geography of your sample. You have not the same metabolome in your eyes or in your arm because there is a lot of differences of your metabolism. So the quick question in metabolomics, the first question is what? So it is identification challenges. The second question, what is the abundance, the quantity of the specific metabolite? So the second step is the quantification challenges, and both of these challenges can answer maybe are there metabolic signatures linked to the specific biological process. So you have both dimension, identification with a qualitative dimension and quantification with a quantitative dimension. This can lead to find some biomarkers. Of course, it's important. About metabolomics methodology, at the end of the 1970s, with a mass spectrometry development in a gas phase or in a liquid phase, you have the first metabolomic approaches, and later in the 90s you have the new concept of the mass spect with the tandem spectrometry or mass spectrometry, and now you have many two kind of analytical chemistry methodology based on spectrometry NMR or mass spectrometry. About metabolomics methodology, you have 3 steps. The first one is a pre-analytical step with a sample preparation, like extraction, dilution, whatever. The second step is analytical detection about mass spectrometry facilities or NMR, whatever. And the third step is a data analysis with a statistical or bioinformatics tools like multivariate statistic. Then you can have some biomarker identification to do some confirmation and detection by more specific detection. So the sample for metabolomics, it's several matrices. You have some, of course, very common matrices are blood, plasma, serum, but also any tissue or fluids for detection of metabolites. For species for now, all of biological model, but also in human, can be tested for metabolomics. Then I focus on mass spectrometry techniques because in our lab we have a mass spectrometry facility. So you have two kind of techniques. The first one is a separation technique. It's also called by chromatography technique with gas technology or liquid chromatography. And the gas chromatography or liquid chromatography, you can separate your metabolite. After that, you need to detect your metabolite. This is done by identification techniques, by NMR or mass spectrometry. I will focus on this. Basically, the facilities are two parts. The first one is HPLC, the high pressure liquid chromatography. We can, on this facility, separate your metabolite. And the second part is a mass spectrometry, the spectrometer detector. You can see here it's Orbitrap detector. So for the mass spectrometer detector, you have three parts. The first one is ion sources. You can generate ion because the detector can detect only ion, plus or minus ion. And also you detect and separate about the number of charge, but of course about the size of your molecule. So the detection of your metabolite is done by the ratio M divided by Z. The second part of your detector is the analyzer. You have three kinds of analyzer, quadrupole analyzer, Orbitrap, or time of flight analyzer. And the third part, it's a detector that converts ion signal in electric signal. And you have, of course, a computer to integrate. Just a quick explanation about ion sourcing. You have the most common ionization technique is electrospray ionization. You have your mobile files from the liquid chromatography come from at the stable debit. And you have a high difference of potential and a gas vector that can generate ion. After that, you can your sample it's in gas phase, and you go to the analyzer. The detection as an analyzer, you have three kinds of analyzer, but most are on high resolution is Orbitrap, and to do the quantification, it's a quadrupole analyzer. Finally, I will talk about metabolomics application in inflammatory disease. So in France, we have 5 main projects on this topic. The first one is interesting about atresis rheumatoid. It's a metabolomic approach on red blood cells, and only in the early stage of the rheumatoid arthritis patients. And this study is done in UNSERM unit. The second, it's a metabolomic and inflammatory disease at a large program by National Center Predidiab, and studies meta-inflammation. And of course, with a sanitary crisis by COVID, we have several programs, including COVID Metaflam, that this project examine inflammatory metabolomic profile in the patient, in fact. Also, primary immunodeficiencies are studied by a metabolomic approach in several samples, human samples, fecal, blood, and urine mainly, with immune deficiency. And finally, pulmonary microphage polarization was studied, and especially the alteration associated with M1 and 2 polarization in lung macrophage by metabolomic approaches. So the common goals of metabolomics in inflammatory disease research is first, identify specific biomarker for each disease to understand pathological mechanism, develop new therapeutic strategies or approaches, characterize metabolomic profile of disease, and study interaction between metabolism and immunity. Evaluate the environmental influence. It could be very interesting by a metabolomic approach, and improve disease diagnosis and monitoring. The overall aim is better understand, diagnose, and treat the inflammatory disease. Here at the laboratory, we focus on juvenile dermatosis myositis. It's a project led by Mathieu Rodero, and I work on the metabolomics approach with him on this disease. So this disease is a rare pediatric inflammatory myopathy associated with a severe complication like lipodystrophy or calcinosis. Some cases remain refractory to conventional treatment, and so the conventional treatment is cortisone, corticoid, or methotrexate. And our project aims to identify metabolomic marker in muscular and skin lesion and detect altered metabolic pathway and develop targeted therapeutic strategy of this disease. So the methodology of our project is first remained by biobanking. We have 58 patient plasma at different times, so we have close to 200 samples to analysis. We have also a cell muscle biobank with a fibroblast and myoblast, and we have this cohort to use for the metabolomic study. We focus on the targeted mass spectrometry to quantify primary metabolic, close to 100 metabolites from each sample. And finally, we will done a statistical analysis by correlation between metabolic and clinical data. So we expect outcome for this project is identification of dysregulation metabolic pathway in juvenile dermatosis to detect. We also want to detect metabolic biomarker linked to this disease and also to the progression of this disease and the treatment response of this disease. And finally, the development of few new strategy for therapy for this disease. Thank you very much.